So what are the notes that we use in music? What are sharps and flats? What are octaves? And how do we think about any of this? Well, that's exactly what we're going to be dealing with in today's lesson, so let's begin. Western music today uses these 12 notes. We see that some of the notes have a hash next to them, while others don't. The ancient Greeks referred to the ones without the hash as natural notes. So we see we've got A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. These are our natural notes. They also refer to the ones without the hash as sharp notes. So now we have A sharp, C sharp, D sharp, F sharp, and G sharp. So now we can see that we have 7 natural notes and 5 sharp notes. But how do we picture any of this? It's great that we have now 12 notes, but what does that mean? How can we visualize this? Imagine a staircase having an infinite number of steps going up to the right and down to the left. Let's say that each step is one of the 12 notes that we can use. Okay, so now we have A to G sharp. So each of these steps is one of our notes. And we also see that every note is higher than the ones to its left and lower than the ones to its right. For example, the D sharp note is higher than the D note, but it is lower than the E note. It is important to be aware that there is not a sharp note between B and C and E and F. The reason is because of how the ancient Greek musical systems developed, but for now just know that there are no sharp notes between B and C and E and F. But what comes after G sharp? We have our A to G sharp here, but we have an infinite number of steps. So what comes next? We simply start over with our set of 12 notes again, starting with the A note. So if we zoom out, we can actually see that this set of 12 notes repeats itself over and over. We call each set of these 12 notes an octave. Each octave has the same notes, but they are just higher or lower versions of those notes. For example, although all 3 of these notes are C, they are simply higher or lower versions of each other. In music, there are also notes known as flat notes, represented by a lowercase b. But where are they? We just see A sharp, B, C, C sharp, all the way to G sharp, but where are the flat notes? They're actually in the exact same place as the sharp notes. Every sharp note has its equivalent in a flat note. But what a lot of people then say is, if they are the same, what is the difference? It all depends on the context. Let's explain this using a buck, a bird, and a tree. Let's call the buck C and the bird D. From where the buck is standing, the tree appears to be a bit pointy, a bit sharp, if you will. So from C's perspective, the tree is sharp, so C sharp. From where the bird is flying, however, the tree appears to be flat. So D's perspective is flat, D flat. So although they are both looking at the same tree, their position changes the way that they see it. So this applies to our staircase as well. The tree is the sharp or flat note on our staircase between our 2 natural notes. To the right of C, you get C sharp. To the left of D, you get D flat. So whenever we need to play a sharp or flat note, we use a natural note as our reference point. So over here we have D sharp, so D is our natural note, our reference point, and the sharp is our direction. But what are the directions of sharps and flats? Well, flats go to the left, so when we have a flat note, we play to the left. When we have a sharp note, we play to the right. So let's use an example. When you need to play an E flat, you start by looking at the E note, and then you play the note to the left of it. E is our natural note, our reference point, and because we're playing flats, we play to the left. So E flat. And when you need to play a D sharp, we know D is our natural note, so we start by looking at the D note. And because we're doing sharps, we need to go to the right. So D sharp, then we play D sharp. So this is the musical alphabet. This is all you need to know regarding what the notes are, what sharps and flats are, and where they're located, as well as what an octave is and how it can be visualized. Really hope it makes sense to a lot of you and helped you understand what the notes are in music. Next, we're going to be dealing with intervals.